no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second itch to me just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Yo, welcome everybody to the 509 Divine Pines podcast, and I'm your host, Joseph Daniel Pena, and alongside with me tonight, we have Big Perm in the building. Hey, how you doing, brother?
Good, everybody. Good to see you, man.
Hey, so today it is December 21st. You know what? We got the winter equinox. Making it snow over here, making it snow with some information, making your brain freeze, giving you that slushy.
Is it snowing where you're at?
Hey, hope you guys are having an amazing winter break. No, actually not, dude. There's no snow, which is so sad because we should be having snow, but man, no snow at Christmas.
I'm super bummed too. We haven't had a
See what
single
Bill Gates got all the
snowflake this
machines
year
running
yet.
against us this year. No snow, no
Right?
skies. Yeah, man. Bill Gates, it says no skies, no snow, no bugs, nothing. You will own nothing. You you will be happy. We ain't even happy. I mean, we don't even own snow this year. So, guys, what I want you guys to do is like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys for being here and being in the crowd and chat. Remember, guys, at anytime, drop some live questions. We will get to them. Yeah, what we are going to do for you guys tonight is run through some news, and we're going to keep on doing that all throughout 2024 for you guys. Call us a dynamic duo. We're on both sides of Washington right here. Big Perm is on the other side of the mountains, and he's on the west side of the mountains, and I'm on the east side of the mountains. So you guys out there are going to get a little bit of flavor on both sides, and we're both saying fuck Jansley and the cookie claim. So we're helping you guys understand this. Maybe getting your right and left hemispheres going with all this information and cool waves that we be getting and providing for you guys. So kicking off, first thing, we're actually gonna go ahead and talk about our brothers from across the pond. This is pretty big. Australian government wants to go ahead and pass a digital identity bill through Christmas. Oh, man. It says Labor's Digital Identity Bill 2023 was introduced to the Senate last week without any fanfare. The Digital ID Bill was immediately referred to as the Senate's Economic Legislation Committee for Inquiry and Report by the 28th of February 2024. Once passed, the scheme will be up and running by July 2024. The government has invited the public to subject their objections in a closing date of January 19th, 2024. So like 1 month. Apart from the introduction of a digital currency, there is no other issue more critical than when it comes to human freedom than the worldwide push for digital identity. It is crucial that the committee receives a tidal wave of submission and feedback opposing the introduction of these bills. It says the Albanese Labor government has just lobbed a dystopian grenade in our laps, the digital bill. And what this bill does is pretty much paves way for the facial recognition and biometrics into digital IDs, which allows a social credit system to every single person living in that country, so that all of your decisions, thoughts, actions, everything is database tracked and controlled, and it helps, the government say, hey, you're being a good little citizen. Let me give you some money. Let me give you some freedom. Let me give you some pills, whatever you want. Money, sure, but just comply, dude. Yeah, they were talking about it. People been talking about it for a while. Perm. Yeah, it's been happening since like 2016, right? Over in China, I believe. That's kind of where we started seeing a lot of the riots. I don't think we can hear you, but there we go. Now we can hear you.
You had cut out, so I didn't hear what you were asking me.
Oh, you're good. I said that this has pretty much been happening ever since 2016. This whole digital identity bill and stuff, like China has been doing their whole facial recognition and social security, uh, you know, um, social identity, all that, right? For the last four
Yeah, I
years.
mean, they're the front runners of the CBDCs, and if anybody's seen the Black Mirror episode where I forget the name of it, but the girl is trying to get a social credit score and keep it up so she can get a new apartment or whatever, and she starts like barreling down a bad way where like she keeps losing her credit score lower and lower and lower to where like it ruins her life. Like this is where these things look like they're going. It's not just fiction.
Yeah, and I have on Charlie Robinson coming out and talking a lot about it. He's made a few books, and it's pretty much a new world order agenda, a world economic forum agenda, and a dystopian, technocratic, utopian type of future. Right? We see that these dudes want to pretty much go ahead and control our whole lives. And in some fashion, they have already done it already over the last like 50 to 100 years. People have been really just complying, and they stopped going out and gardening. They stopped literally trying to. God, my dog just had to bark right now. So sorry for all that, guys. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna quit talking about Australia. Australia's over there. We're in America. We're over here. Um, so the next article would be Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk says human population not nearly big enough. If we had trillions of humans, we would have at any given time 1,000 Mozart. These two are firm believers that our society and our city is our world is severely depopulated, and I've heard that before. Um, I've heard that many times before. Yeah, I've heard this many times before. People talk about that whole, oh, we're overpopulated, or our cities are too crowded. We need more. No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of that. What do you think?
I mean, I I don't know about the trillions of new people, but I definitely don't think we have an overpopulation problem. I'm a huge fan of flying, and I've flown over the country hundreds of times as I used to work for an airline. And I mean, you just see nothingness all over the country most of the time. And we I think what the problem is that they make us think that we need to live in these
Yeah,
cities
dude.
and that
I
we're
haven't
like
been on a I've been on a plane.
we're like pushed into these cities
I've been on a
and
plane maybe
think that
like
like
10
things are
times.
overpopulated.
Uh 5 times, something like that. 5 to 10 times. And when you look up in this, when you look down, there's so much land. There's so much land.
There's plenty
It's
of land.
absolutely insane. Um, dude, you know, just looking at some of the states and some of the national parks and some of the military and federal land, dude, trees, acres, so much natural land is preserved for wildlife. And I don't even know if it's like necessarily for wildlife half the time or for the military. It's like it's just there, empty space, and then like old ruins. So like a lot of it's not even being used. I think that if we look back even further, early in the 1800s, right, there was this huge push to industrialize cities. They gave up a lot of the farming to go ahead and put them more into the factories, um, and it's been happening ever since. But two of the
Mhm.
biggest and two of the most uh, creative people on our planet are saying that we are not populated enough. So, guys, if you know, if their words or anything, I would say that maybe they're telling you that this whole overcrowdedness is just bullshit, and that this kind of says like, hey, well, we should be expanding, but for some
I
reason we're
mean,
not.
in
That's
their
something to
argument,
note too. I wonder.
more in their business, more people is more customers, especially with Amazon. But I mean, also with Tesla, like more people just means more people buying their product. So I mean, that fits their narrative. Not that I disagree with it, but
Oh man, hey, dude, Amazon and Tesla, I would say they have some pretty cool companies. Uh, Look, there was this cool Amazon theory I heard, like it was like 5 years ago, that Amazon, and it was an actual article that Amazon was working on an app so that we could hear our cats' meows into human voices and stuff. So they were trying to translate animal voices into human voices, and pretty much, I'm a fan. You know what? I want to go ahead and hear some Bigfoot voices with some Amazon apps pretty soon, right here with this IPA I'm drinking. Hope y'all having a good night. Cheers up. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Um, I mean, so do you, I think that if there were some colonies, it's already been stated, right, by Elon Musk that he wants to colonize Mars. These two might be the biggest role players in uh, um making things maybe vacation ready or society ready, you know, and completely revolutionizing some planet, the moon or something, or some maybe them revolutionizing Antarctica and building new land there. I could see people like these. These guys are moguls in that department. In other news, the
well, what do you think
U.S.
about
responds to an attack on a ship in the Red Sea. The U.S. Say again. What do I think about what?
Go ahead, we have a massive delay.
No, it's all right. It's what were we gonna say? Finish sentence.
What are you saying about colonizing Mars and the moon and all that? And I don't know, like a lot of people are under the impression that we've never been to the moon. So, and then like that NASA's never been outside the Van Allen belt, and I don't know. There's a lot of dispute about that. What's your opinion on it? Or maybe not necessarily
You know what?
opinion,
Like
but
I understand. Yeah, no, I completely understand that. And like I don't know. I really don't know. I like to say that there isn't like um a accurate depiction of what we see out there, like the moon and Mars and all this. I don't think it's exactly how TVs and shows are showing it. I do think that there's something, but I also don't think that that crew that we seen go to Mars, Buzz Aldrin and all them, I don't think they went to the moon. I think they were in a Hollywood set, or they went to some script, um, or they just went through something that wasn't, from what I hear, that there was a previous team that had went to the moon, and it was just like Buzz Aldrin and them were just the Hollywood, the images, and they just needed a public image to go ahead and make it look like they went up there. But even then, like uh I don't think as many colonies are allowed into these other places in the world. Maybe only a few. Maybe only a certain select few amounts of races, are allowed out of the world. I guess the big dogs, India, China, Russia, America. The people who have the technology can only go out there. So all these third world countries that don't have the technology, they're just not allowed out there. And so it's a really dicey and very controlled and regulated game. From what I hear, though, I mean, from what I hear, there is colonies and there is spaceships and there's transportation. There's that whole Gary Webb incident in the early 2000s where there was a British intelligence agent who had hacked into NASA when they were not on. I guess America and British has always had beef, right? A little bit in some sense. And they've always hated each other socially. Um, and so this guy got tired. He hacked into NASA and he's seen all these documents pertaining to these off-world colonies and stuff. And pretty much it fit exactly like Star Trek. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff. But you know, um, I think that's where you kind of see some of these things on TV, and it makes you think like, man, it might not be exactly how it is, but that sure sounds and that sure looks like there's more to it than like them just making up a story. It's like, man, maybe they're actually just trying to hint some of this stuff to us, like Interstellar or The Martian, or some of these shows where they're actually saying, yeah, we kind of have sent some people out there. Did it really go well though? Nah, not so much. Only one of our crew members came back alive. It's like, oh, they don't want to tell people that. And of course,
right.
that cause pandemonium throughout. You know, uh, if some of these ships weren't making it, or were being used as slaves, or they weren't the top dogs. They're like, yeah, well, we went there, but we had to pay a lot, and there was other races out there that were controlling. It's like, well, that makes us look weak. So uh, I think it's a very controlled thing for a purpose reason. It would make the masses go crazy. They're like, yeah, there's cyborgs over there on Mars. They have 4 eyes and 2 heads and 10 arms. It's like, whoa, oh shit, what? I mean, I don't know. I just made that up. I just made a cyborg up. I don't know what a cyborg is. Guys, don't quote me on that. All right. So yeah, hey guys, moving forward, let's go ahead and let's talk about like Red Sea. I guess America is really under some pressure, guys. People have been talking about it for the last 6 months to 12 months, like, hey, the people in the Navy and the people in the Air Force, they're in some shit. When they're flying these planes over these skies, and when they have these boats in certain waters, like right now, political and military tension is very high. And this isn't the first time. I think even 2 months ago, uh, it was like over in China Sea, one of our ships went down, got blown up, or one of our helicopters got blown up or something. Um, this is happening, guys. A merchant vessel, Swan Atlantic, found itself under attack at approximately 9 a.m. Sana time. The U.S. Central Command revealed that the ship fell victim to a one-way attack drone and an anti-ship ballistic missile launched from the Houthi-controlled area in Yemen. This incident is a part of attack by the Houthi forces funded and trained by Iran. So we're under attack by Iran in the Red Sea. Man, guys, now I see why the military is saying we might just need a draft because we're getting hit on all angles. America's at I actually see America getting hit on so many different angles right now, military wise, through the bases and all this. Remember, they just got forced out of where was it? Remember that video, Afghanistan or something, last year or going around this year? Though I don't know if the video was fake or not, but remember the Afghani soldiers were running on the jet and on the runway, and they're right. Some of them were falling off. They were hanging on to the jet. I think it was Afghanistan. I'm not sure. I'm not sure though. But yeah, America's getting kicked out of everywhere. It's kind of
Nah, we weren't kicked
kind
out
of
of there.
alarming.
That was
Makes me want
Biden's
to like kick
terrible
myself out of
decision
America.
to pull us out immediately instead of strategically.
Well, because we were already getting bombarded though, right? Because like they were already
No,
getting so much pressure and like harassed and all
no, he
this.
just pulled us out.
No, man. Uh, uh, uh,
So they
hey,
left like
man. I mean,
$1 billion
it
worth of
just
stuff
goes to
there.
show the impotence of the military. Yeah. No, so I mean, but it all goes to show the impotence of like some of our military. It's spreading thin, and they're making the wrong moves. They're in the wrong spots, and they're pulling out the military right now. That's why I got out, dude. I got
That's
out
not an
at the right
issue.
time. I realized. I mean, I was only there for a couple years, but I already knew the details and the writings on the wall. I did not want to put myself in no funny business. Next
I
up,
didn't know
though,
you
we're
served.
gonna go ahead
Respect
and
you
go
for that.
forward to this. Hey man, thanks. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I was in the National Guard. I was a 74 Delta, so I was a chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear specialist. I wore those hazmat suits that you see in Call of Duty, and I went through a gas chamber. That was not cool, man. They literally had like 70 of us, now 90 of us go through a gas chamber for 1 second. Take off your gas mask, breathe it in. And right when you do that, bro, my lungs they went crazy, bro. My eyes started tearing up. My nose started watering. My lungs started feeling like they were bubbling up. I was like, oh no. Yeah, everyone
That
cried.
sounds
Everyone cried.
awful.
It was a sad day. It was
Hey, before
crazy,
you move,
bro. It was
I
by
bet.
far one of the I, it was by far one of the wildest memories I'll ever have. I don't think I'll ever forget that experience, the idea in my head, the whole feel, taste. I mean, dude, they literally put us through a gas chamber like the Nazis did with the Jews.
You're
Insane,
very
bro.
careful saying that.
No,
Hey,
but this is true though. No, well, you're right, but sorry. I don't mean
I
so what are you gonna say?
posted a local article in our chat if you want to pull it up because you had mentioned Inslee earlier. I thought that might be something you want to talk about. He's spending about $3 million just to get out of office.
Oh yeah, I don't know if had posted that same article. I have been covering that he's getting out of office, but I didn't know that he's spending $3 million to get out of office. I would have to.
I posted it in the chat if you want to.
Yeah, man, Jay Inslee. He said he's too old. He I can't pull up the chat right now, but we're just gonna go ahead and keep it running live stream. Yeah, not sure.
I'm talking about in the
Well, let's go ahead and keep it running, and I'll
in the
pull it up my
StreamYard chat.
Discord. Yeah, I can't pull up the Discord, and
No, I'm not talking about Discord. I'm talking about StreamYard.
no, it's not there. It's not there. Oh, there it is, bro. Yes, you didn't press send. So this is from MY. Oh, this is Redmond. Yedman. What is this?
Yeah, Redmond.
MY, my Edmond News. So
Edmonds.
Edmond.
Edmonds. Edmonds is like right by Seattle.
Yes, Edmonds News. It says Inslee takes early step to hand off power to new governor. Yes, he is doing a handoff, guys. So he has I don't know, his little protege right beneath him. To help cover the expenses, there's a $2,763,000 in the government proposed budget for the transition. Very interesting. So he's giving $2 million to the next governor.
No, he's spending that basically.
That money will go
him
towards
move-
hiring new assistants, archiving.
Go ahead.
No, to move what?
Like moving out of the governor's mansion and hiring assistants and things like that. A bunch of shit that probably should cost like 10 grand.
Well, remember that these guys have like 30 rooms and like 40 cars. But not just that, they also got like butlers that they gotta move, and you know, they gotta get their hair done and their makeup done, and you know, their suits their suits pressed and ironed, and their nose hair trimmed every Saturday. Remember, these guys are pretty. That's what they like.
Yeah. I get my suits
all right,
done.
so let's
Cost like
yeah.
$15.
Yeah, these guys. Hey, this is the rich folk. Everything that they do is taxed out the ass. Every single thing that they do. You know, I don't. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure I seen an article just a couple years ago where NASA had built a gold toilet that cost a couple million just to go ahead and put it in space, just to say that they have a gold toilet in space. Yeah, I think that's the way that these guys are. They'll go ahead and use our money just to go ahead and, you know, make themselves feel a little rich, right? Yeah, these guys are definitely the generals at overspending. And, you know, it also says over here that they're going to put new technology, so whatever that means, new technology inside the governor's office. So now, instead of having a finger scanner for the secret Illuminati room, they'll just have like this cool fancy eyeball scanner. Yeah, probably that. But going forward, yo, so Chick-fil-A could be open on Sundays. It's going to be forced to by a New York Assembly bill, which would require food services to be open 7 days a week. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's a huge win. If that can be applied nationwide, because I'm tired of going to some stores and they'll be like, "No, we're closed today," and it's like, "Bro, you're my favorite food spot, man." You know, they just randomly close, you know, and just to kick it. But no, come on, wrap it up. let the state help you just a little bit. Maybe they give you a little bit of a grant. Hey, you want to go ahead and do this? Well, fine. We'll make sure that everything's a little bit proper and keep you guys afloat. But also, you guys are providing food every day for all of our citizens, man. But that's a religious thing, isn't it? For the most part, Chick-fil-A is based out of Atlanta, Georgia, right?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a
So
violation
like
of their
their company motto is just
constitutional
naturally just
rights to freedom of religion.
well. This is a food establishment, though. I
Yeah,
mean, you can't.
so they
Can
can
you? Can you put religion into
be
the food?
they can be open when they want to and close when they don't want to, or when they want to as well, as far as I'm
Yeah, but
concerned. I don't know. I would never eat that trash anyway. I don't eat
but I
any
mean,
food.
uh, well, I haven't ate Chick-fil-A in like I don't know, maybe a long time. I don't even know if I've ever had it really. I don't think I've ever had it. I'm not sure. Um, but beyond that, like I don't know if religion can be tied into some of these.
Let me ask you
Like,
something.
I mean,
If you open a business, do you expect somebody to tell you what days you're allowed to have it open and what days you're not allowed to have it open? Or you just make a
well,
schedule for
depends
yourself?
on what type of business, really. I guess, right?
Does it really depend on what type of business? Maybe you're
Look,
selling fucking Pogs. Do you remember Pogs?
well, no, see, but that's different. Like, okay, look, if food
Is it
helps
different? What's
people,
it matter?
yeah, food helps people. Food's a necessity. Food's one of those things where like you see someone going down a highway and they're like starving. They need food or water, you know what I mean? And if your business can like offer that, but you just chose to be you know,
But then you
closed
might
that
as well
day.
be giving it away for free. Cause what if they don't have any money?
What you mean? No, no, that's not what I meant though.
What
Like,
if they
okay,
don't have
no,
any
no,
money?
no,
Then
I meant like if they
should the
had money,
government be able
or
to
even if
require
you're
you to give your food to them for free?
yeah, but like it's a necessity. Food's all you need
Nah.
to live is
Then the
food,
government could
water.
tell you, "Oh, you need to just give your food away for free all the time."
I didn't say about the free part. What I'm saying is that like, it's one of those
Like
things where
what? What
anybody
if that
should be able to
person
go.
crawling down the highway doesn't have any money?
No, 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 okay. How about this? Like, there's this a huge parade in your city, and there's hundreds of people who want to just go eat, and boom, like you just happen to be closed. It's like, well, this law might be able to help override a lot of that, or
Okay,
you know,
what if you have a condom store and there's a huge parade where everybody wants to fuck? Should you be required to be open 24/7 because we don't need to have 19 million fucking kids bred on that night?
well, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos thinks that there's not enough people on this planet anyway. So yeah, man, like close that. I mean, they don't need to be open, dude. Those condom shops, just close them down permanently, dude. Well, nobody likes those, anyways. Those freaking chemicals that are laced on them that make everything all unsexual. They turn you off.
In my opinion, I don't think the government should be involved in telling us anytime we should ever be able to have our business open or closed, period. Don't matter
Okay,
what kind of
I feel
business.
you on that part. You're right that the government shouldn't be telling us to do anything. But in some aspect, I do think that the morality of it being a food shop should be like, hey, well, you know what, man? If
Fast
our
food is
cooks are
trash
down for it,
anyway. Tell them to go to the fucking grocery store.
yeah, all right, you right on that. Both of us would be like, hey, fuck this place. We don't need it. Let's just go home cook some food. I'm with you on that part. Chick-fil-A is chick for trash. Yeah. Um, I mean, let's go ahead and see what this article states just a little bit. The Democrat-controlled New York State Assembly proposed a new bill, the Rest Stop Restaurant Act, which would require fast food and related companies to provide services at the Port Authority in New York and New Jersey and the New York State Thruway 7 days per week. While there's nothing objectionable about a fast food restaurant closing on a particular day of the week, service areas dedicated to travelers and an inappropriate location for such a restaurant. Okay, so this is more direct. If it's in a high populated area where travelers and incoming traffic like ships, like planes are, and Chick-fil-A is just taking up space, and it's like, hey man, well, we just want to close on a Sunday. It's kind of ruining a lot of
Are they
traffic.
paying their rent?
Right, but then at the same time, it's
It
also
doesn't fucking
displeasing a
matter.
lot
It's
of.
not the government's fucking place to tell them if they're paying their rent for their spot, whether they need to be open or not. They could take a loss for all the fuck it matters. Like it doesn't make any fucking difference. If they're paying their
Right,
rent, they could be closed 7 days a week and maybe they have billions of dollars and just don't feel like ever opening. It's not the government's fucking responsibility to tell them when they need to be open and when they need to be closed.
okay, but this is a publicly owned service area. See, that's where I think that there's a stipulation between the company's rules and the uh areas legislation, the areas rules. Then they should have previously understood this. Yeah, if Chick-fil-A, if they don't like it, they should just get out. I don't. I Because right here it says publicly owned service areas should be used in a space to maximally benefit the public, which is correct. I think that's absolutely right. Why would we have a couple shops over here at an NFL
Well,
game? Well, you can't even open them.
if the public owns
It's like,
the
no, no, I mean,
building, then they could just not renew the lease once Chick-fil-A's lease is up. But I have a feeling
oh,
that's
that's
not the
interesting way.
case.
It's okay. It says allowing for retail space to go unused 1/7 of the day or more is a disservice and unnecessary inconvenience to travelers who rely on those services. Look, personally, dude, if I were to go to a football stadium and there was just one vendor who I thought that the food was bomb, and they're like, yeah, well, they're just not here today because they don't open. It's like, man,
Wouldn't you go
okay,
to one of
well,
the other ones?
I guess, but at the same time, it's like, all right, these guys are doing a little bit of a disservice. I understand because
But
they're not.
maybe that company, you'd be like, oh yeah, but they're making fucking hundreds of millions on the other 6 days a week. So I get why they're closed on Sundays because they want to hang out with their families.
Look, I personally think yes, Sunday is a Sabbath day. I don't condone like them being forced, necessarily, to change their whole ruling. Like Chick-fil-A, I don't think that they need to like change their company motto or anything. But in some certain areas, I do think that there is like some leeway, maybe. Since these guys are food. I mean, bro, I bet even there was cooks over there in the temples on the Sabbath day. Like people had to have eaten no matter what time period on a Sunday, even if they're like worshiping, the Holy Christ, the worshiping gods. People had to have eaten, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's a necessity. Uh, yeah. It says it's not only Chick-fil-A though. It's any restaurant. It's any business that comes into these areas. So they're just trying to make sure that these travel areas are at maximum capacity, maximum speed, and everything's working around the clock.
Well, I would say the government can
Yeah,
go
I,
fuck
I feel for that
themselves,
though.
and if they want to subsidize things being open on days that they want them open during travel days, that's on them.
Yeah, you're right on that part for sure, man. And this is a whole other thing right here that where they're making us uh, say, fuck these guys, these big wigs up here, man. Look at this. So, nuclear powered $633 million super yacht boasts first ever quantum computer, holds 160 research scientists. So, I'm just speculating. Would you think that this is like maybe some of the top scientists in the world, or these just bums? Probably top scientists. These are some of the top scientists in the world.
I have no fucking
Check this
idea.
out. Look, guys, for everybody out there. Look at this picture. This is insane. It has one of those
Looks
spheres like we
small.
see in Las Vegas, and it has like Something above. Dude, that's not small. Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. That's the shipping bay where other boats and other things can go in and out of.
Okay.
That's 100% not, it's not small. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 stories high. It's
It's just the
adorned with a
perspective
distinctive
that we see in
floating
that
spear.
picture.
Oh no, dude! I think okay. Look, its design offers 13 floors above deck, 22 laboratories for as many as 160 scientists to study climate change and pollution. Wow! All we need is one scientist to look at climate change and be like, "Yep, it's changing for sure." Yeah. Okay, so one of the most salient features is the sphere, which will serve as a hub for all the science researchers and offer a dedicated space for all the researchers to put their work. The It's called Earth 300. So the Earth 300 will boast a molten salt reactor, which is a type of nuclear power source that runs on liquid salt, making it the super yacht with the only 100% emission free vessel of the kind, while allowing it to sail for 300 days a year. The super yacht is a mammoth of a vessel, measuring in 200 feet in height. So that's 20 stories, and an impressive 980 feet from its bow to stern. Ooh, that's a lot, man. It's almost 100 stories long too. It's divided into distinct sections. The top observational deck, sorry guys, provides sweeping views of the surrounding seas, while below is the superstructure, whereupon a large sphere is perched. The lower sections of the vessel house living accommodations, a lounge area, a dining space, and a self-sufficient city for the crew. The Earth 300 can accommodate 160 scientists, 20 students, and 165 crew members. So, what is that? It's about 350 people plus 350. Yeah, 400 people. It says additionally 40 VIP guests will be permitted on board and housed in 20 luxury cabins. The estimated construction of the avant-garde vessel is 633 million. It is likely to be built in either Europe or South Korea and be completed by 2025. Man, bro, this is the future of yachts, bro. This is the future of ships out in sea. We're gonna start seeing the craziest things ever. That's a beauty, though, dude. Imagine being the captain of that, man. How lucky and how blessed you would be, bro. You'd be treating this like a beauty, a baby, not even wanting any of your pilots or your crew members to be off an inch, bro. This is so delicate of a ship. And it's quite a beauty, man. I mean, even if that isn't the real ship, like yeah, this is my let's just say this is an artist rendition. It's still beautiful. What you think, man? You like ships?
I don't know. It's all right. I like land more or air.
Oh, you're more of a land guy. You afraid of the ocean or what?
No, I'm not afraid. I'm just not interested in it. I'd rather fly.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. So you're interested in those aerial cars I be talking about, those flying cars and stuff, huh?
Ah, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
I'm
You
interested
know
in
what I mean?
flying
The,
an
the flying cars are
airplane.
gonna keep us. Hey man, those new flying cars are gonna be where it's at. They're gonna be start looking like this, man. You know those movies where we see flying spaceships within flying spaceships, and they have like flying cars and all this. Like, yeah, man, things are gonna start turning super space agey real soon. We're gonna start living in the Jetsons age pretty soon, brother.
Yeah, ideally
Next
I'm
up,
about it, but if fucking people don't know how to
we
drive a car, let
have.
alone drive a car in the fucking air, so it's gonna be interesting. 'Cause I got a 40-minute commute every day, and I see people smashing their cars into other people's cars every day. So that's a fucking problem. Now, if they start doing it in the air, they're gonna be landing on people's houses and people's kids walking down the street, going to school and shit like that. So I don't know about this whole flying car thing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty sick. I personally think there is gonna be some challenges with maybe douchebag drivers, but I think that the cars themselves they'll be all right. Like I don't expect these to like just start falling out of the sky unless
I
like
mean, we see Teslas just smashing into shit constantly whenever dum dums put them on auto drive.
yeah, but I don't see that often. I've never seen that in real life personally. I only hear about it, and I mean that even happens to people in normal cars. I've seen people in normal cars mess up real bad. So
That's what I'm
so
saying, though. It's just constantly. We see fucking accidents constantly.
well, when we get there, we'll get there, I guess. Next up from the BBC News, archaeologists must unite over Stonehenge tunnel. So something's happening. 733 archaeologists have signed a letter that urges the heritage sector to unite and take its rightful lead in the Stonehenge tunnel debate. The Department of Transportation approved a 1.7 billion 2-mile tunnel from Amesbury to Berwick Down that will kind of go towards the Stonehenge site. It will remove traffic and cut journey times. But if they do put this tunnel in, there's a chance that the monument will be delisted as a World Heritage Site and might lose some protection rights, which doesn't make sense. And so that's why archaeologists are really mad. They're like, "Hey, hold on, we're like, we don't want this to happen. We we need this as a protected site." Um, and it's just a interesting thing. I've been hearing about this for a while. Whether it's Graham Hancock or any other podcaster out there, like our ancient sites are under attack. And we even seen it like this last few years, where all of our statues. Hey, some of these statues were definitely by racist people. They were toppled, but some of them weren't. Like think like even good guys had their statues taken down, and some of the ancient past were just destroyed for no reason.
Do you
I
know
mean,
what
this happened in
UNESCO is?
the United Nations environmental. I don't know, something like that. Is it?
United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. But that is not all they do.
Oh, it's close.
Keep reading to learn more about the UN agency lead global education efforts during COVID-19. They're fucking UN bullshit.
Yeah, UNESCO has been over in a lot of countries, and they do a lot of controversial stuff, allowing sometimes the wrong people in, and covering up a lot of natural heritage. Maybe taking artifacts, kind of like the Smithsonian in some sense. Hmm. So there's a huge divide, I guess, between the archaeologists and some of the legislation class. As we already know with Graham Hancock, as I mentioned before, and Andrew Collins, I've mentioned before on this program many times, both of those archaeologists are having huge issues with people over in Ukraine and Göbekli Tepe. I mean, not Ukraine, Turkey. Göbekli Tepe, Turkey, and also Serpent's Mound in Ohio. Speaking of Ohio, a bridge connecting West Virginia and Ohio shut down until further notice. I didn't even know that those two states were right by each other, to be honest. It's gonna be closed for 3 months, a 3 month inspection monitoring the cable anchored system. Wow. Well, anybody over there in Ohio, you just gotta learn to find a new route, man. That sucks. Yeah, dude. Over here in my city, in my area, um, over the last few months, there were about like 3 or 4 different exits in a local 15 miles that were shut down across 4 cities. The traffic was so bad, everybody was forced to go through one exit every single time. By far, some of the worst things ever. I do think that America's transportation, our streets could be better, man. How are the streets over there? How are the roads over there on the West
They
Coast?
suck. We got tons of potholes and shit, and we spend plenty of money on taxes, so you would think that they'd be better.
Yeah, they suck over here too, dude. They suck big time. Potholes everywhere. Well, next up, from the Dutch Libertarian on Twitter, Argentina news: President Javier Milei will hold a national broadcast tomorrow to explain Argentina's economic deregulation decree. The elimination of approximately 380,000 regulations is expected. It will be a crucial moment for the history of Argentina. The initiative seeks to complement the package of laws which would be sent to Congress before Friday, with which the Libertarian administration intends to remove the obstacles of the state in the economy, reduce spending, streamline procedures, and in the workplace, modify trial periods and compensation. The decree also establishes ambitious changes in current labor laws. Last but not least, the initiative also attempts to modify the structure of the state and public companies while advancing in the regulation of the staffing levels of each organization. So, people are saying that this dude looks like a mastermind just from that look. He got the look of a mastermind right there. Yeah, dude. Argentina's going through some changes. All of South America is going through some changes. Big time. Big time. I think he stepped out for a second, so I'm going to keep going. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Everybody is all for this dude, I'm guessing. Next up, from Telegraph. The U.S. court approved a forfeiture of 70,000 Bitcoin in a Silk Road case. The judgment was first made in August and has now been cleared to take effect. The U.S. Appeals has concluded the legal process to officially confiscate nearly 70,000 Bitcoin from the Silk Road dark web. According to a December 20th court filing, the U.S. Court of Appeals in the 9th District affirmed the transfer of the Bitcoin to federal control. The Bitcoin exceeds $1 billion. So just overnight, 2 days ago, America has gotten at least 1 billion, maybe or more, richer in Bitcoin. And remember, guys, America has started FedCoin and I believe Ucoin. I think FedCoin, which is a regulated cryptocurrency similar to Bitcoin that is attached to a lot of Americans through a social credit system. It's being patched right now. So America's going all in on crypto. They want all the crypto, and they want you to have crypto too. Very interesting. I mean, there's also another article that is stated. I'm not sure if I can pull it up in time, guys, but Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever the dude's name that created Bitcoin, supposedly, he actually came out in an interview recently. There are someone with his name came out in an interview in Japan recently saying, "Hey, I did not create Bitcoin. They're using my name. This is all a lie." And they showed they showed the ID, they showed his picture. Um, it was an interesting article, considering the fact that like we over here in America, we think that like if we do the research behind Bitcoin, Elon Musk had written this like paper that details Bitcoin, and Apple had like created a white paper for Bitcoin. So there was like all this cryptocurrency talks before um, it really popped off here in America. And it could have just been like a CIA thing or a elite thing, one of those rich people thing that they had in for a while, already in the system, already in the making, and they just needed a name to go ahead and put it on, so they chose some random person. But yeah, this Bitcoin definitely a lot, man, a lot of money. Whoo-wee. We're gonna start seeing crypto everywhere, guys. More than it already is. Yeah, people are already paying with their houses with crypto. People are paying for their food with crypto. People are paying, online payments with crypto. All sorts of stuff is going on with crypto. So, next up right here, biolabs. The Chinese Ministry of Defense has questions about U.S. biological laboratories in Ukraine. Yeah, so in this interview right here, it's a Chinese military man, and they're saying the U.S. activities are very very shady in Ukraine. There are report things that are against the law, and there are a lot of questions on the U.S.'s involvement and why they're covering up. So this is China now coming out and saying that we have a U.S. biolab program over in Ukraine, and I think that if you tie this in with what else just came out. Um, You, one of the points right here quickly, it says over the last 20 years, the U.S. has refused to create a multilateral biological weapons verification system so that none of their weapons get tracked and databased. Very interesting. But if you pair it with this article that just came out also today from the Daily Mail, a blueprint for a SARS-CoV virus with altered spike protein in Wuhan was published in a 2018 paper. So there is now proof from a white paper, and this is going all over biggest sites, Daily Mail. You can find this on everywhere now. Is showing that China was also doing biolab weapons. So China is realizing, oh, we're being thrown under the water. Now they got to throw America under the water. So pretty much America and China are like exposing each other to the max. They're like literally saying, "Oh, you know what? You want to take shots at us? Well, we're gonna take shots at you. We're gonna release your information," because they've been working together secretly for such a long time that they have so much dirt with each other, especially with the way that the Biden regime and Clintons were all with them for the longest time. Anyways, we don't want to get banned, so we're not going to be talking about this too deeply, Ben. What do you think, dude? What do you think?
I don't know, man.
I mean, all those biolab talks, dude. Is it? You think it's all real, or what?
I think it's been admitted, but half the country doesn't want to exist
You think
or admit
the
that
whole
they
world's been
exist. So
Yeah, I think so too. Especially the deep underground military bases, mixed with it, right? You know, it's a mix of both. And then
Yeah, I
the
mean
third thing that's being
those are
you know,
commonly known as well too.
uncovered
The
is
other
all
also known as domes. They're all over the country.
yeah. But I mean, people don't want to acknowledge them though. They just want to act like they don't exist. Kind of like this right here, bunkers. From Wire.com. Mark Zuckerberg has created a $100 million secret Hawaii compound bunker. Yeah, it's insane. It's gonna literally have its own little community, probably. An enormous secret construction project is underway. 6-foot wall blocks the view from a nearby road. Nobody working on this project is allowed to talk about what they're building. Almost anyone who passes compound security, from carpenters to electricians to painters to security guards, is bound by an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, according to several workers. And they say these agreements aren't a formality. Multiple workers claim they saw or heard about colleagues removed from the project for posting about it on social media. Different construction views within the site are assigned to separate projects and workers and are forbidden from speaking with other crews about their work. It's a fight club. We don't talk about the fight club. Anything posted here that they get wind of right away, they're gonna know. Any uh anyone who says anything is in trouble, pretty much. Another former site worker who called John says he was told that another member of his construction company was fired for allegedly sharing a picture of the project on Snapchat. He's heard similar stories from other crews. John says the very strict enforcement of NDAs has made workers on the site unwilling to take the chance to get caught of even taking a picture. The project is so huge that not a significant person shared uh, you know, shared anything, but everyone here knows who is behind it. Mark Zuckerberg. Interviews of several people associated with the project, along with public records and court documents seen by Wire, suggest that since then, the planning and construction of a roughly 1,400-acre compound has been shrouded in secrecy. The property, known as Kalua Ranch, um, is inside a 5,000 square foot underground shelter. Oh, wait, he's building a 5,000 square foot underground shelter underneath the ranch and will have its own energy and food supplies. And with it's coupled at a cost of 270 million. According to evidence reviewed by Wire, the project has relied on legal maneuvering and political networking, and at times, sources believe it has shown a disregard for the local public. Oh, just another, Oprah. Wow. This is on one of the oldest Hawaiian lands. Very interesting. So one of the main heartlands was just under fire, and now the one of the oldest Hawaiian lands is now being overtaken by Mark Zuckerberg and his cronies. It's a big, big bunker, man. 5,000 square feet. Do you know how many rooms it is? Do you know how many rooms?
Probably
How,
like
how much?
8.
How much square feet is normal? Is a normal room, bro? 8 square
Probably like
feet.
500. My house is 2,100 square feet, and we have like 4
So
rooms.
500. Oh wait, so there's already a 5,000 square foot shelter underneath, and he's just building on top of it. So this dude's gonna go all out then.
I'm sure. So he's
And
gonna
we
build
don't
a
even
fucking mansion on top of the bunker.
and partially completed compound consisting of more than a dozen buildings with 30 bedrooms and 30 bathrooms in total. It is centered around 2 mansions with a total floor area capable of a professional football field, comparable of a professional football field, which contains multiple elevators, offices, conference rooms, and an industrial-sized kitchen. Um, in a nearby wooded area, a web of 11 UFO-shaped tree houses are planned, which will be connected by an intricate rope bridge, allowing visitors to cross from one building to the next while staying among the treetops. A building on the other side of the mansion will include a full-size gym, pool, sauna, hot tub, cold plunge, and tennis court. The property is dotted with other guest houses and operations buildings. The scale of the project suggests that there will be more than a personal vacation home for Zuckerberg. It'll feature a living space, mechanical room, and escape hatch that can be accessed via a ladder in its underground shelter. There's cameras everywhere. There's more than 20 cameras that are included on the plans of one small ranch operations building alone. Many of the doors are going to be keypad operated and soundproof. Like those in the library that are described as blind doors made to imitate the design of the surrounding walls. The door of the underground shelter will be constructed out of metal and filled in with concrete. According to sources and planning documents, the compound will be self-sufficient with its own water tank 55 feet in diameter and a pump system. A variety of food is already produced across the 1,400 acres through ranching and agriculture. This dude's gonna have a secret base where you can't even like really find the doors to the freaking rooms. You're gonna be walking around in circles. Where is this? And it's like he knows exactly where that touchpad is, where to put his hands and all that, man. That's gonna be some insane type of new age building, new age shelter. Watch you build some type of some new cult, some NX IVM or um some of these Heaven Gates cults. I can see Mark Zuckerberg leading a cult, man. What do you can you see Mark Zuckerberg as a cult leader?
I don't know, man. He has no personality. Most of the cult leaders are like charismatic. I really don't think so. You know, like
Well, what about
Charlie
those
Mc.
ones who are like, well, let's just get in our zen. Let's find the peace and rhythm and quiet the mind and let the spirit guide you, right? So I can see him in that.
I don't know. I think those are more
I think he has
just
enough
like
influence.
I don't think any chick is into Mark Zuckerberg other than his wife.
Well, that's not what I meant. I just meant like, just an overall retreat. I'm sure that there's some simps out there with Mark Zuckerberg be like, hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and do a retreat, 6-month retreat.
Nah, because there's nobody that's gonna
1 million per,
show
and
up
we're gonna
to
go ahead and have
a Facebook retreat. Like nobody really likes Facebook. We're only on there to like keep in touch with our people that we're already friends with.
Hey, but
I
we don't
mean,
think like the
MySpace
elites,
was way
bro.
better.
We got a normal brain. They got weird ass brains. Oh, dude, MySpace was the shit. MySpace was where it's at, dude.
Hell
I could
yeah.
go to MySpace all day, and just think about it and like look back at the music and the way that you could customize everything. Yeah, man, I'm with it. I'm all for MySpace. I didn't realize my camera was glitching the whole time. I should have had my camera up a little bit. Sorry, guys out there, if you're looking at my video. Um, yeah, yeah, man. Mark Zuckerberg is learning something. He knows about something. And we are gonna go ahead and get to 12 articles that Big Perm had dropped down here. But first, let's go ahead and take a quick break. So we will be back in a flash in about 5 minutes. Yeah, Go ahead and get some water. Get whatever you need. And grab back, relax.
Gonna go far, that's what we on the run for, go hard. Sipping gin while we sitting, spitting those bars. Getting rich, got a vision, get the show cards. Lot of money laying around cause we go hard, always go hard. Spitting fire, see the sonar, hope they resonate with the vibe. Feel like Mozart, really I'm alive in my soul, feel like most aren't. That's what hoes are, too explosive so I show art. Yeah, I make art, sad to see people with no heart. I work to replace all of the negative, I go far with it. I'ma show all of these bitches, no complaining if you with it. Don't you dream me, see the vision, need my energy, the mission. Really take all my precision, every single day I picture where I'll be the day we get it. Feed the brothers, feed the fam, I don't really give a damn. I don't wanna get famous, I wanna lend a hand. Give the cash and rubber bands to the people always standing on my side, always down the ride, say I planned it. I'm the guy, like the supersized on the planet. In my mind, I don't gotta try, I already have it. I'll be doing damage, I was born a savage. In my mind, I already died, living lavish. Heaven is a state of mind, be glad if you have it. Living in a simulation, be patient to grab it. Universe will bring it to you if you ain't an average. If you live an average, then Satan's bound to manage your life. I'm just trying to tell you, if you gonna roll the dice, gamble in your life instead of living precise. I ain't perfect, but I'm gonna earn it. No, it don't concern anybody but my person. Lesson that I learned is that people are gonna burn. Anything you do, they gonna pay the price. Nothing nice come in life for the dipshits. They just wish shit, never gonna manifest it. Never catch me resting, short-term blessings. I just want my brain to work so I can write my next hit. Ignite the blessings, manifest my life, never question a moment in my life. I be knowing that it's meant to be, this my destiny. All the rest of my life really history. The day that I'm finally gone, they'll be missing me. Your position be the reason that I'm gone. 200 songs done, I've been on the run. I ride a wave, make a way, I'm the one. I stay the same, but I'm changing a ton. Rearranging my brain for the gains through the sun. I've been absorbing the light, I could say that I won. At least I'm conscious of what I'm doing, praying a ton. Relay all the information, staying patient with the shit. I write a hit just to get through all the shit. I ain't a bitch, so I'll make it. I ain't dealing with the prick, I'm finna take over the game. Really, I'm getting in, I'm really glad that you're here to witness it. I'm about to fix entire rap game. You could call it magic, like a trick. Classic with the way I spit it. They be clapping when it hits. I be snapping on this shit. I've been rapping, feeling lit. I'm
One second, one more song for all of y'all out there.
not new, what I do. I've been at it for a minute, pursuing, doing the damage. New, I would do everything that I said I would do. I gotta have it, so goddamn it, I'ma be everything I plan to be. Glad to see money coming my way, believe I'll achieve anything I put my mind to, or at least I try to. I'm avoiding my doom, manifesting my room. Meditate to ease the flow. Third eye open, see the golden energy. It can enter me, get me to feeling full. Forget my enemies, dead to me, yeah, I proceed to go to a new dimension. Gotta mention it's inside a soul. Go inside, fuck the outside. Never tell lies, show pride for belief. Gotta keep the range wide, so instead I just write another hit. Getting fried, rolling up, smoke another blunt for the good times. Good times, bad times makes for the good rhyme. So it never matters, I just learned, no I can't hide. Thank God for every second was birthed with the mind of an ancient soul who's just waiting for the next sign. I'm always watching, vision like a hawk, heaven flocking. When I drop it, I'm talking, have them knocking. Acknowledge that I'm dropping. I'm coming out the noggin, I'm logged in. That's the intuition, nothing wrong with doing what you feel is right. Everybody got this. Usually feel it in the night when I'm dropping knowledge. Never even needed any college, abolish. People telling people what they want, I do not wish control over anybody, do it for the profit. That's the reason that they push it, do it from the cockpit. Cause they got the money, want the money on the mob shit. On the mob shit. But I know they ain't gon' make it, shit is poppin'. At the end of time, new age topics. Revolutionary crusade crossing. We go to a new space. Yeah, we enter in a new place. Louis V on my shoelace, rolling with the blue face. Yeah, I'm wondering what you chase. Just another dude caught up in the rat race. Moving my pace, lot of people looking at me sideways. I chase future preparations, gotta go through my phase till I feel ready to rearrange it. Happen on a daily basis, tripping oasis. And so many people that I can see through their faces and touch. So I'm reading minds, feel like I'm evasive, persuasive. Cause I feel the vibe manipulation, I'm patient. Yeah, I feel the vibe, then work to change it. Manifestation, blessings is what I'm chasing. Quantum physics, I'm about to take the time and rearrange it. I play with reality, can't feel like I'm basic. Most people shut it down, don't wanna embrace it. Replacing knowledge.
Hello. Welcome back to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. I just want to thank you guys for being here and staying tuned and staying true and staying in motion, flowing, coasting like the West Coast. Green that was smoking. Oh, you know that I got it on lock and key. I'm about to make you unlock the mystery inside of your mind that you've been thinking about since the last time you. I'm gonna chill. You know what I mean? Let's get back, man. Let's get back. Hey, so we got some coast to coast articles from my boy Big Perm and very interesting nightly visits by mysterious drones leave Maryland family looking for answers. So we're gonna go ahead and discuss this. According to a local media report from Washington State, this case is above John Buchamers? Not sure. The presence of the puzzling drones first came to the couple's attention after a neighbor alerted them to the odd craft. In response, John recalls he began keeping an eye out and he saw a bunch of objects. So we're going to go ahead and see these objects right here real quick.
Over their home for the past 2 months. There's one right there. Yep. Are what John and Amy Buckheimer believe are unmanned drones.
Get them camera. There's another one flying over.
From uncertain origin.
Here's another one flying directly over top.
When neighbors first called to say they'd seen mysterious drones flying over this rural Boonesboro, Maryland neighborhood, the Buckheimers say they started paying more attention to the sky.
Sure enough, we saw a bunch of drones.
And they say the drones seem to pay more attention to them, too.
And it stopped and it covered. But they knew, yeah.
We actually had one peek in the window. Here you can hear it.
The Buckheimers say the drones come out around sundown on just about every night with good weather. Neighbors say they've seen them still flying the next morning.
So it's so low you can hear
They've recorded what they can
it. Yeah, right here.
and tried to track down the drone's owner online.
So we watch where we think they're taking off. Okay, and we're pretty sure we know exactly where it is. We got the address.
A plot of land a mile from their house. Property records seem to trace back to the federal government.
Owner, United States of America.
When the Buckheimers called the FAA to file a complaint, the FAA told them it was a matter for the local sheriff, who sent them back to the FAA. More circles, no answers. But right there, the night we watched from the Buckheimers' back porch, it was hard to say for sure what we saw. A lot of low-flying lights that were either drones or perhaps small planes. But there was no mistaking this. A jumbo jet flying low over their backyard, something the Buckheimers say they never see. It came back at least once, and according to public flight data, the jet circled this part of Washington County until nearly 4 a.m. when it headed back to where it took off, Naval Air Station, Tuxet River, more than 100 miles away. The Navy confirms it is flying low-altitude missions in the area that are, quote, crucial to our national security. But that still doesn't explain the drone.
If they said, hey, you know, we've received threats, we're going to be flying drones in the area, please excuse, but hey, we have your safety in mind.
You're prepared to trust them if they would just talk.
Absolutely. 100%.
If it's a legit reason, they're looking for something, there's a problem, tell us. Give information. Don't leave us hanging.
Okay, so we talked to both the FAA and a Navy spokesperson for Naval Air Station Tuxet River. There's some speculation online that large plane we saw flying over the Buckheimers' home has the ability to deploy drones. The Navy will only say that they fly a variety of aircraft out of it, and that they have a noise advisory for people in that part of Washington County for missions they'll be flying through June 1st. The FAA will only say that they look into all reports of unauthorized drone operations and investigate when necessary.
Mystery continues.
Wow. This kind of reminds me of what's going on down there in South America right now with the pelacaras. I mean, people are speculating that these things are government, like whatever's going on in the sky, whatever type of anomalies it is. I mean, even for like Skinwalker Ranch, some people were speculating for time. This government, it's just like psyop. Well, like, guys, I don't know if we could just say it's government all the time. I mean, where do you think where do you think the government got a lot of this technology from? Like other people and stuff, What do you think it is?
I mean, personally, all this stuff is digital until I actually see it really. Or like I follow a person that has been around for a long time and seem trustworthy and they've actually seen something or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any idea what these people's mysterious drones flying in the sky are. I've randomly seen like lights in the sky, and from what I've understood, one of the times it was probably Starlink's like stream of lights, which is really fucking crazy to see. But fuck if I know, man.
Yeah, Starlink is like Transformers up in the sky. I don't think though it's Operation Blooming or Project Blooming. I think that's what you think it is, right? Project Bluebeam, where a lot of this is just lasers and light shows and holograms, and I don't know, man. There's been way too many like it, um, discussions and even written words or pictures, crafts that describe these entities, describe these technologies that do exist Um, you know, I'm not I'm not sure if this government, it kind of looks a little too funny. Like, why would the government just be like chilling there with it? If the government were doing something, they would actively be doing something. That's not the way the government works. They just, they're not just gonna go freaking put a UFO just chilling. Like, I don't think so personally. Uh, because we see them, they're terrorizers, like actual, like they'll go to another country and like mess with people and mess with shit, but like you don't just I don't know, you don't see them try to guy half the time to be like, oh yeah, yeah, we're just gonna leave a plane there and just a helicopter here just chilling, just there all day, every day. Nah, like that's a waste of gas and waste of fuel. Uh, uh, if this were something, I think that it might be another race. Personally, very interesting. Uh, this coast to coast site right here. This is where we're getting all of our articles. Um, Very great, with George Norrie, and just last night, I guess they had on John Hogue, one of my favorite dudes to watch on the History Channel or Leak Project or everywhere that he comes out on. John Hogue is a breath of fresh air and a bright mind. He's heavily into the Nostradamus prophecies, um, our biblical past, and all of that. Let's check this out. So, a motionless floating bird captured in air in British Columbia. I've seen a lot of these, man. What do you think, dude? I think like technology, bro. Like
That's the difference. Just floating there. No strings, no nothing.
yeah. See, that's where I think that the technology is in play. Like who can anybody grab those dead birds up in the air? Like, has anybody actually ever grabbed it? Like, we've seen like so many videos, but like, has anybody actually ever touched one of them? Probably not. Like, what if it's just like a robot or CGI, on these parts? But I do think that something strange is happening with the animals, where they're dying or like in mass graves, or they're spinning in circles. But the whole flying in the air thing, dude, I don't know. That's a trip, right? You think that's real? I don't think that's real, man.
I don't know. It seems like a trip
That's
to
the one
me.
conspiracy thing that I don't think is actually happening.
I mean, you think birds are real?
Right? Well, even that whole thing where they're like, "Oh, well, we seen the air." Yeah, well, I think maybe 75. I think 75% of the birds are real, dog. You putting me on the spot like that, bro. No, straight up, bro. I mean, I've seen the articles. We've seen them. We've seen them from many governments too, like Russia and America and China. They're using robotic air birds, and it's been happening since like the 80s. And they initially, did it for spy purposes, but then they're like, well, if we could just like conduct some social statistics on our own citizens. Uh, I mean, like even those aircraft videos of the planes getting stuck in the sky. You've been seeing those, right? That's very similar to this. You know what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about? The the airplanes and the jets being, caught up on camera. Oh yeah, it's floating in the sky. I mean, people are saying, no, it's a glitch in the matrix. And you know what's funny is that okay, in some small portion of my mind, okay, I do think it's real. Like, but all of me is just saying, nah, that can't be, bro. Like, I don't know. I maybe I'm not deep into that conspiracy, but maybe it's that tricky where, okay, well, everything that they're doing with these CERN hydrogen particle colliders, and these dark matter energy reactors and all of this, these high level physics that they're trying to warp and stuff. Like, I could see, like, in some way, things glitching out though. Um,
Absolutely.
Supposedly that happened with the Philadelphia experiment, where they just glitched out a whole ship, and the ship went into another timeline, another dimension, another place in the world.
Yeah, it
Um,
went from like
you
the
know,
1930s to
all these shows kind of
1980s.
reference that, like, yeah, yeah, like the Man, the High Castle, where it shows them doing experiments to go through time, and uh Rick and Morty, they mention a lot of this jokingly, right? But no, like just recently over the last few years, we've been seeing all these scientists say, "Hey, we're working on time travel, we're working on teleportation, we're working on all this," like, and we're only getting like 40% of what they actually have. They're just telling us, but they already have it done. And we see all these experiments of like people warping through space, and sometimes they lose their body parts, or sometimes they get stuck and frozen. um there's a lot of talks with how the thunderbirds and how these dinosaurs that get seen in some of these areas around the world, like just glitchingly in the mysterious weather conditions. It's like, whoa, wait, what did I just see? It's like, is it jumping through a portal, jumping through a dimension, and then are these places. Like, okay, what happens when we go to Bermuda Triangle? Like, is this what happens where we just glitch and we freeze up in like space, and or the aircraft glitches and freezes up in space?
Ever since
I'm
I was a kid, I was curious what happens
I'm
with the
I don't know,
Bermuda
dude. I mean,
Triangle.
it's a possibility, right? But my don't you don't want to find out? Well, you kind of do, but you kind of don't, right? It it's one of those things where it's one of those super dangerous fields where it's like, oh snap, all right, there's something here, but I'm for sure never gonna go there. And it's gonna be a rare thing to ever really find out the 100% truth behind it, and what really happens in those moments of like the matrix glitching, or whatever we wanted to call it. And it's, you know, um, I do think that the Matrix glitches, though. If I will be honest, the way that people discuss Bigfoot and UFOs and aliens warping through dimensions, and like literally like seeming like it's a glitch in time, like, yeah, you know what? It's a possibility, man. It's a possibility for sure. This is in Canada. This was filmed last week. So this bird, being frozen in the sky, was filmed near a school in the city of Surrey, British Columbia. Yeah, they walked around the bird, and yeah, they said it was frozen. Crazy. Uh, from next up, 80 stolen goldfish mysteriously returned to a pond in Germany, and they found Nemo, bro. They found Nemo, right? Isn't he a goldfish? No, he's not a goldfish. Huh? Oh, he's a
He's a
clownfish. No, what is
clownfish.
he? He's it was a joke. You know what? They found 80. They found 80 little Nemos. What I mean? That So the weird caper reportedly came to light last Friday in the community of Waldberg, and when the owner phoned police station and discovered that a sizable school of goldfish living in a pond on his property had vanished while he was gone. Authorities said about the investigation, but before they could get very far, the case took an unexpected turn on Monday when the man called the cops with a rather surprising update. To his astonishment, the homeowner revealed all the goldfish were suddenly back on the attributing the incident to some kind of misunderstanding on the man's part. Cops actually believe that someone went to the house of stealing all the 80 goldfish and then later returned them after remorse. Baffled on why someone would steal so many goldfish, police consider that the identity of the perpetrator is still a mystery. Hey, hey, man. What are goldfish good for? Are they actually like good for anything? Do they do anything except like look little small and
You
gold?
pretty much just look at him.
Like that? Are they these just the pretty fishes that are meat environment. They're just there for the the Hollywood glitz and glamour, the red carpet. I mean, look at those fishes, dude. Look, they're ready for the camera, lights, and action. I can see why people just to like look at them, you know. Next up, prankers throughout the tiny Australia town of it doesn't say. Oh, Warrack, Australia. So minions, huh? And the city is people. So whoever did this is, it's obviously just a cool little fun joke in a population of 70 people, dude. You know everybody. Dude, I know 70 people personally. You know 70 people personally? Could- I wouldn't feel bad, you know? I wouldn't be so bad. Imagine that. Imagine living in 70 people cities just like all span throughout different half miles. That'd be an interesting thing. It's like all these different little tribes. I mean, I'm sure that's how they do it in different cultures and around the world. So after an Christmas party, which saw the entire town in attendance, revelers on their way home noticed that a sculpture of the colorful cartoon character, the Despicable Me minion, had appeared in front of one of the residents' home. And then more popped up. And not like in. So they're now up to 25, or at least, which indicate 5 or 6 of the pieces that have recently appeared in the last 8 or 9 days. Huh. They're, well, I mean, who could really be annoyed? Why would you be annoyed? This is a cool little prank. Personally, I approve this prank. This is better than going and putting toilet paper all over everybody's trees. Man, that thing's a hassle trying to clear out toilet paper from your trees and your house and everything.
Yeah, or throwing eggs at their
Or the other
house,
prank
or
where
putting
where
a
uh
fucking M8 in
where
their
they poop
mailbox
poop
or
in a bag and light
something.
on fire. Yeah, man. Or like putting baloney on people's cars, those type of things, or
Mhm.
you know, shooting paintballs at things that you shouldn't be putting paintballs on. Good man. Yeah, dude. This is a cool little prank. I
My
could
kids
see
would
that
love
this is probably like
they love the
a,
Minions.
a
There's this
hapless
house
a teen or a
in our
20-year-old,
town.
you know.
There's this house in our town that has like fucking 40 blow up minions in their yard, and they're constantly adding to it. And every time we pass by there, my kids are like, "The Minion House, the Minion House."
That's gonna be well known for ages.
For
The
sure.
the Despicable Me house. The dude's for Halloween. He's gonna come out with the whole boss costume. Yeah, yeah. I would probably just wear that every day. Oh man. Pretty creative. I'll admit that this little prank is about 10 out of 10. I'll be honest. It's creative and it's not harmful, so it's a
It
harmless
it
prank.
was quality too. It wasn't
I'll give
like
him a
they
grade
put a
A for
bunch
that
of
one.
plastic ones out there.
So some of them are concreted in, residents say. They have shown appreciation, which often doubles as mailboxes or planters, and they haven't really considered who it really is. They just appreciate it. Some think it's annoying, but obviously someone concreted in, very solid. They drill a hole, pour it in, and away they go. Oh man, that's pretty cool. Next up, guys, series of mysterious antennas found throughout the foothills of Salt Lake City. You know, I did see something similar to this over the last couple months. There was a lot of satellites popping up. I think these are like.
To a mystery in the foothills. Salt Lake City officials want to
I'll
know
let them talk
who's
about
putting
it.
up some of these solar panels and antennas and doing so without permission.
That's right. They're finding more and more of them. News specialist Michael Locklear shows us they hide for hours to remove one of those today. Michael?
Trail officials are wondering what's going on here and why even more of these solar panel towers are popping up all across the foothills. They're not supposed to be there, and right now, there's no explanation. Top 5 shows public lands officials dismantling some kind of small tower up at Twin Peaks.
These towers that have been, and it started with 1 or 2, and now we're not sure. There might be as much as a dozen.
Salt Lake City Trails manager Tyler Fonero says the contraptions consist of a locked battery box, a solar panel, and an antenna.
We just don't know enough to speculate at this point what they are.
Today's removal took 6 hours.
We just don't leave things on public lands anymore. You have to ask for permission.
A team hiked up and down in snowy conditions.
Once we get up to the Twin Peaks, it gets real steep. So we were up there. There was 5 of us, and we took some kid sleds to bring the equipment down on to make it a little bit easier on us.
Chopper 5 spotted several similar towers in the foothills. The trails manager tells us they found more on land managed by the Forest Service and the University of Utah.
The first ones we've seen were probably a year ago, but there's been a lot more in the last few months. They're multiplying.
Whatever these devices are, the trails manager wants the culprit to knock it off.
That might be related to cryptocurrency and relay networks and being able to make money off of that. So it's another reason we want to stop it now before it becomes a dumping ground for dozens and dozens of more antennas.
I called up a cryptocurrency expert and he told me that off-grid towers may have been lucrative in the past, but now they may only generate $10 a month. Again, that's just one idea that the city has heard. Once they open up those locked boxes, they may get even more clues. Live tonight, Michael Locklear, KSL 5 News.
Currency thing is the real what it is. I kind of got speculation. Over the last year, we've actually been seeing a lot of these Chinese laboratories pop up in the West. Private labs, labs that don't have legal stuff. Very, very shady stuff. And then we've also seen over in the East, in actual China and Asia, things are popping off where ex officials from I don't know, companies in America are going over to China. They're being paid to have technology or information being spilt or revealed. And I wonder if it's something else, something bigger that they don't want to go ahead and say. Yeah, because that's a quick cover up. Oh yeah, it's just cryptocurrency, guys. Yeah. It sounds like they know something more. They just want to cover it up, especially if that's not even a viable or realistic thing. That's no one's gonna go ahead and put their freaking cryptocurrency satellite out there so it could it get jacked or something. No, dude, there's something deeper to it that they don't want to say. They know for sure. It kind of reminds me though a little bit of what was happening there in Nevada and stuff and the desert here in America with all those monoliths popping up last year. That was a little wild too. I mean, it was a little random. Who knows what those were? Remember that? Remember those monoliths popping up? Yeah. Yeah, those things were popping up all throughout the desert for a minute, and those were just random and strange. Upholted into different peaks and summits on ridges around the foothill. Um, they just don't leave things on public lands anymore. While one antenna found on the property belongs to the University of Utah, officials say they are unaware of any connections to the devices which keep appearing in the area. So I mean, just because it says it belongs to it was created by the University of Utah, doesn't mean it's used by that. Um, I remember, man, this is a touchy one, but I remember just I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago, where just recently, the bombs over in Israel that were found had a marking. The white phosphorus bombs and shells had markings of created in U.S., but they were dropped by, Israel. I mean, hey, yeah, that's a touchy one right there. So it doesn't matter like necessarily where the technology came from, because someone else could just be buying it in bulk and just saying, "Yep, man, yep, this is it." They don't put their name on it and let you think that it's you know created by or created and used by the same person, but it's not. Are you playing music in the background, bro?
No, I don't have anything on.
I hear some music. I'm tripping out. Yeah. Must be. Is there music on this website? Oh, it is.
I don't hear anything.
They're on air live now. Shit. No wonder. Yeah, I think I can hear it. Just slightly on my end, just like a tad bit. I don't think we can hear it over the air, which is good. But moving forward, so judge dismisses lawsuit against the FBI over access to DB Cooper's necktie. What? That what?
I thought since we're both
A
from
lawsuit
Washington,
filed
this
by
would be a
DB
good
Cooper
one for us.
researcher who had hoped to force the FBI. Oh yeah, for sure. DB Cooper was a Washington legend, or he still is a Washington legend. Um I'm gonna name my kid DB Coop. No, I'm playing. The legal challenge was brought back in March by Eric Ulis, who discovered that the piece of evidence found and featured an adjustable spindle that had allegedly been overlooked by investigators. The researcher argued that if Cooper had used the mechanism, then there was a possibility that the skyjacker's DNA could be extracted from the attachment. Ulis ultimately wound up suing the FBI in hopes that they would legally be compelled to provide him the piece so that the tantalizing theory could be put to the test. Alas, the Cooper hunter had his proverbial day in court on Monday and reportedly did not go well, as the judge ruled in favor of the federal government's request that the case be dismissed. In explaining her decision, Judge Gia M. Cobb observed that regardless of the intriguing and mystery that shrouds the case of D.B. Cooper, the necktie at the center of the lawsuit falls outside the purview of the Freedom of Information Act, which Udy cited in reasoning for why he should receive the piece. She explains in the FOIA that it only compels production on records, not tangible objects. She went on to posit that the necktie could not be considered for a record because it is incapable of replicating or being copied. Remarkably, Cobb noted that her decision was informed by another case involved by an infamous American Mystery in 1971. Researchers unsuccessfully gained access to JFK's tie. Yeah, I guess that's gonna happen. Well, I don't see why he should be legally bound to get that necktie just because he's like, hey, you know what? I think this is this. Like, okay, well, let us handle that, or let whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think he's going a little bit overboard with it. maybe taking that to court, because I think it was even something just recently where um the Wizard of Oz lady, her dress Dorothy was being like auctioned, or um it was attempted to be auctioned off by a Catholic church over in middle of America, right? Somewhere in one of them states, middle states. And the niece went over to the court and was like, "No, you know what, this is mine." And uh I think the court just was like, who cares though? Like, this is old. Like, what's does it even matter? Uh, and I don't know if it went well. I guess the states are just ruling in favor of these big time corporations and these old artifacts. Let them handle it, right? These guys have all the technology that they need, and when it gets to it, I guess they'll get to it. I guess that's the way it works for them. Kind of dumb, um, that they can hold on to a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, they have a lot of technology that we don't have. So, like, I get it. Just maybe just let them do some of the business on their end, because you know, I I don't think a lot of us really want to go through the hassle of what we find out when we actually do the experiments. You know, like, the rabbit holes go a lot deeper than the surface. Uh, Next up, man, this is a trippy background right there with all those faces and stuff.
Yeah,
But George Norrie is the man.
that's that
I
coast
did
to
see
coast
this
stuff.
article earlier. I was gonna post this too. Very very interesting. An Australian fisherman claims to have found an MH370 wing months after the plane had vanished. An Australia deep sea fisherman has come forward with a fantastic account of finding what he believes to have been the wing of the Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 months after it vanished. He recalls Kit Oliver indicated that the incident occurred at the fall of 2014 when he and a three-person crew were operating around 34 miles off the coast of the southern part of the country. Their day took an unusual turn, he recalled, when the boat's traveling net snagged something so sizable that it caused the vessel to strain. Struggling with the obstruction, they finally managed to bring the object to the surface. It was a bloody great wing of the big jet airliner. While his story may sound like something out of a classic fisherman's tale with a modern twist, a crew member from the boat that day lent credence to his account. George Curry described the object as being incredibly heavy and awkward, while expressing no doubt about what they had snagged. As soon as I saw, I knew what it was. It was obviously a wing, a big part of it from a commercial plane. Finding themselves unable to extricate the puzzling debris from the net after hours of trying, the exhausted crew ultimately opted to cut the mysterious bundle loose and have wrestled with a weird experience. And uh, they kept it a secret, pretty much. You know, very interesting that this popped up. Yeah, I had actually just seen this, something similar to this. Either it might have been the same article. Man, what do you think about that MH37 piece? You
I'd have
think
to
you think
I'd have to
it
revisit it.
survived
I know
or
that it
what?
seemed real
Nah,
sketchy
I'm
at
kidding.
the
You,
time.
you think you think yeah, like the people. I mean, I think maybe the people survived the. I mean, it's like that whole Amelia Earnhardt thing. They never found her, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about simpler times, but she might
They
have just crashed in the
supposedly
fucking
found the
sea.
plane. They supposedly
Nobody
found
ever
her. They
saw
never
her.
officially did. Hmm. Man. The story was dismissed for nearly a decade. and ignored by authorities. So he finally came out to the public and started talking about it. Oh man, very very cool. Um, I could see that happening all around the nation, all around the world. Like when a lot of these stories, paranormal or mysterious, or you find stuff, like the cops don't really care. It's very very
Yeah.
very sad.
Yeah, I know Monica Perez from the
Man,
Propaganda
man, I
Report
hear
and
music coming from somewhere.
Deep Dives with Monica Perez. She had an opinion on the MH370 flight, and I can't remember the details that she had, but I know that she thought there was obviously not a straight story there.
Oh yeah. Why? What'd she think? Can you give us a breakdown?
I
Give
can't
us a
remember the
preview.
details. I'd have to revisit her thoughts.
All right, no problemo.
To be honest, I've been up for over 20 hours, so
So
I'm
right
fading a
here,
bit right now.
oh, it's all good, man. Let's go ahead and run through these rest of the articles that you had posted for us. So the eerie black vertical line appears in a British sky. Um, I this doesn't look real. What? I mean, bro, like
I
she
didn't
said
think it
she
looked
took a
real
photo to
either.
make
I
sure
just thought it was
her
kind of random.
eyes were deceiving, and it went way up past the clouds. I don't know. I mean, no. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. So everybody, looking at home, they say it's real though. This is a real piece from a local media report. The bewildering anomaly was spotted Wednesday morning, in the town of Folkestone in England. Uh, and you know what's strange is that there was a similar case with a similar anomaly, in Florida back in 2013. People say that it's the shadow of a chemtrail, and I personally don't think that. Yeah,
Doesn't look
fascinating.
anything like
I'm not.
that.
I'm not. I have no idea what to think about this. Except it doesn't look like anything that I've ever seen before. But I have heard things before where, I'm not sure what scripture, what book. It's based on ancient religions, and they say that the skies would part and the skies would open, the skies would crack, and God knew how to do this. And different things would happen, and by these higher beings that we knew, from the ancient past. Very fascinating. Who knows? Maybe it's one big giant long centipede UFO, like a
I just
millipede
want to
UFO,
see
a
it.
milli UFO.
You know
Just
what I mean?
like one
Like
of them big long trains.
I just want to walk outside and see some crazy
It
shit
says
like
right.
that, and like, all right, fuck, I need to pull out my
That's all
phone
they
and take
got
a
for us. They
picture
just
of
got a black
this.
line through it.
Yes, it looks like a fucking
Fucking binoculars. Give me my binoculars.
picture that
Yeah,
they
I
split in half for us.
looks like a train in the sky, dude. Yeah, exactly. But no, if it were something, kind of looks like a train in the sky, which would be even crazier as we are talking about glitches in the Matrix. And imagine that, where we just like see a train going through a sky, and it's like
I'm
in
all
its
about
own
that. Let me see it.
Peter Pan type shit. That's like Spirit Tracks. That's like Mario Kart. Next up, mysterious rhino horn discovered in Cornish cave. So this rhino horn was seemingly, I don't know, what is this?
Looks old as fuck.
That's old.
And they found it in some cave. 18th century. Talking 1700s.
How old? That's an 18th century rhino horn, supposedly.
Yeah. So you're talking 300 years ago.
Because it's particularly weathered. Yeah, they found it in a cave, and it just has weather, probably a lot of salt, a lot of grime, a lot of water, a lot of mold, a lot of all that stuff. Yeah, that looks really old. I don't even know how they know it's a rhino horn first of all, but sure, because there are like sea animals
it
with
could,
horns too.
or
But
it could be like
who
a
knows? Maybe they.
quarter of an elephant tusk or something. Like how the fuck do they know it's a rhino horn?
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, it kind of looks like Patrick's arm from SpongeBob, man. Like, like those starfish. It could be a big old starfish arm, dude. Recently, you know what's crazy? Did you see that video of the Russian crab leg that was found over there? Like this huge crab leg that like a lobster claw or something,
I saw
and
a
it was like
picture
the
of it.
size of the dude's like body, pretty much. Uh, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw a picture of it, but I didn't read the
I was floating around the
article.
internet for a little bit. Yeah, kind of reminds me of that right there. These because a lot of
Well,
these
they could be a saber-toothed tiger's tooth too.
animals, mammals, sea creatures, speculated from the past. Just 100 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, these things were giant. These things were huge, and a lot of the modern day fishing and hunting has like turned it into trophies. Trophy hunting and reduced the population of the big guys, the big, the bigger species. A lot of the species just used to be bigger until they got breeded downsized. Next up, right here, what we got for you guys is thousands of dead penguins mysteriously wash ashore in Uruguay. In Uruguay. You guys know that, right? In Uruguay? Wildlife officials in Uruguay
That's
are attempting
terrible.
to get to the bottom
Poor
of a rather
penguins.
macabre mystery surrounding. Yeah, man. They don't have happy feet no more. Sorry, man. No more happy feet.
My daughter loves penguins.
No, rest in peace, these penguins for real. They washed ashore in the country's coastline. The unsettling case reportedly began approximately 2 weeks ago when the first of the unfortunate birds were discovered. What may have initially been dismissed as an isolated incident soon turned into a more serious matter, as over the next several days, more and more Magellanic penguin remains were found on the beaches throughout the country, with a number of dead birds believed to be around 2,000. The country's lead of Environment Ministry Department of Fawn, Carmen Lazagoen, noted that the most of the downed penguins are juveniles and they appear to have perished in the Atlantic Ocean without fat reserves and with empty stomachs. Suspicions that the animals could have fallen victim to bird flu appeared to be unfounded as the test of their remains turned up no signs of the disease, explaining that it is normal for some percentage to die during their annual migration. Lizagoyan ominously observed the numbers found at the beaches of Uruguay far exceeded such expectations. Some possible explanations for the mass die-off include a lack of food due to overfishing or inclement weather. Oh, so there's over hunting, over fishing, and like a lot of wildlife can't even survive on its own like cycles anymore. Like that they're starving. Oh man. So I mean, like some of them were already expected to die, but not that much. Not that much. That's a lot. 2,000. You know, speaking of penguins, I don't know what happened to my penguin beanie. I had this fire ass penguin beanie.
Bro,
Fucking lost it. Son of a bitch.
check it out.
Next up, mysterious artwork visible from space
Yo,
discovered in Las
the
Vegas.
penguin.
I'm listening.
You like my penguin or what?
Yeah, I'm listening. Hey, the camera's not on you.
What do you mean the camera's not on
The
me? I see
camera's
me
like
perfectly
on half of you.
There's a penguin right here on my shirt.
Oh, there it is. Now it is. Serious artwork in Las Vegas. Leonardo DiCaprio. So right here, mysterious artwork in the Las Vegas desert. You know, I had seen something about this. I did not pull it up, but thank you for picking this up, man. Nice. So, according to a local media report, the peculiar design was seemingly first spotted last month by Dr. David Golan as he and his wife were walking their dogs in an area of the wilderness on the edge of the city when they researched their particularly high plateaus and a yin and yang. All of you can kind of tell that there are rocks piled up. A subsequent excursion of the site revealed that the artwork is largely hidden to those on the ground. Last he had any suspicions that his mind might be playing on tricks on him. When Golan later looked at the location on Google Earth, the remarkable was clearly visible. Whoa! The remark was clearly visible. Check it out. So this is the mark, and whoa.
I hear music now.
Yeah, you know what? That looks new. Dude, there's no way that no one could have noticed that for ages. That's new right here. I don't know, bro. I mean, that has to be new, right? What do you think? We're just gonna pause it and look at this for a second. That looks like a monkey. A monkey hitting one of those uh those drums. Those no, what are those called? Those two metal discs, not tambourine. Um, you know what I'm talking about? What instrument I'm talking about? The monkeys that they be clapping those golden freaking
like symbols.
cymbals. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. Oh, I don't have the article up. My bad. When's
So
the,
yeah, this is the
there we
first
go.
time you put it up.
Here we go. My bad.
That looks like a yin yang.
For a minute. Yeah, no, but I mean, like you see a little monkey hat, yeah, and I mean it could be represented as a Simba, but it's definitely a yin and yang
Yeah, the circle part's definitely a
for
yin
sure
and
too.
yang.
It's like it's a multifunctional painting or drawing.
But it's definitely like a
I mean,
monkey
what's
with a
even interesting is that it's like
tiara on or something like that.
yeah, I mean that triangle almost looks like it has you know like perfect triangle, right? It's like a perfect triangle right there.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Could be just a couple people on mushrooms decided
I
to
mean that
fucking
even has like a
that
hat on
fucking
it.
picture.
Yeah, man. You know, I can see that. I can see that. Some people on psychedelics saying, "Hey, man, let's go. You want to go build some sand art, man?" and then they
Yeah.
just like took out their trucks and something, and took out a big plow. Nah, dude, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think that's
It's
just
hard
people
to
on
get.
mushrooms. I think
It's hard to get idea of like the size of it just from this picture.
well, because you heard about Carl Sagan when he sent out that golden disc with all the information of humanity out into space. Um, what came back just a month or so yearly, I don't even know, just a short while after, what came back in the same place with the same coding and language and style he was using, a message from outer space in the form of a crop circle, and it was from like an alien race, right? And they had their DNA strands, they had where they were from. um I mean, it could just be like an alien tricking us, a Bigfoot tricking us, or like UFO tricking us, just playing jokes on us. Um, Dude, that looks like a pretty hefty challenge to go ahead and just like want to go ahead and create an image in the sand just cause this, this is
People are
probably
fucking
something
weird,
done
man.
by maybe people that aren't from here. Yeah, that fucking that dude, that shape looks weird, bro. What is that, dude? Like, that's not even a normal head. That's not a normal face. That's like, what is that? That looks like some alien. That looks like
It's
Bibbidi,
like
Bibbidi,
some
or
kind of
Bobbidi
monkey.
from from Dragon Ball Z, bro. Yeah, no, Bibbidi, from the monkey little dudes from I mean, they kind of look like monkeys from Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm talking about? Mojo Jojo. Uh,
Yeah, that was
It looks
after
like
my
Mojo Jojo,
time.
right? Isn't that the uh p- um oh shit, Dexter's Laboratory, or no, Powderpuff Girls? The monkey, yeah, kind of looks like him. It does. It kind of has like this monkey resemblance, but at the same time, it has like this alien thing to it. Where like, what is it, dude? Like, and who and why? Uh, and I don't see just a human just going out there and building that for any particular reason, or even having the capability. Who's gonna be able to like just you know want to do that? Because you would clearly see some tire markings. You know what I mean? There would clearly be some tire markings, but there's not. It's not reported there.
It's just hard for me to tell
Um.
the actual like size of things from one still picture.
Oh wow. So Google artwork says that it's at least been there since 2017, and that the land, you need a special permit from BLM to be there.
From BLM,
Um
Bureau of Land Management. I thought talking about Black Lives
but
Matter.
the Bureau of Land Management. Yeah, yeah, the Bureau of Land Management, man. Them other guys, they'll just put up a Chick-fil-A, and and all that, and then they'll go ahead and cause some riots and put some white people in there. Be like, hey, yeah, this is our property. You know what I mean?
Fucking white people.
And bring in some money through their type of efforts. Yeah. The uh so what it says is that this is actually rocks. This is made of rocks. This is 100% rocks. So what we're seeing is
That's wild then. If that's rocks.
And
I just figured it was
that's
fucking
even more
sand that
baffling.
some fucking hippie on mushrooms or something went in and made a design.
Yeah, I could see that now. You're talking about, yeah, I could see that some Wookiee, some space Wook. He's over here, fucking with his backpack and his dust shades on and his hoodie. Damn, man, I'll be out here for weeks, months. Might as well just go ahead and build myself a little monument. Like this. Mysterious stone carving stumps archaeologists in England. This looks like nothing I've ever seen before. The puzzling sandstone specimen was reportedly unearthed in the past summer during an excavation in a site known as the Nestcliff Hill in the town of Shrewsbury. The rock's curious carving has proven to be particularly perplexing to the archaeologists Paul Riley and Gary Locke, who oversaw the dig, as they are uncertain what exactly the drawing is meant to convey, nor what it may have been made, or what it's made of. And so, in the hopes of finding answers, officials from the county of the mysterious stone was discovered has launched an appeal to the residents to see if they can solve a mystery. They call it the Nesglyph. It's a circular indentation with a series of lines indicated of two different types of technology, grinding and carving. I don't know, probably just probably nothing, bro. A lot of different tools, sanding tools, grinding tools, sandstone. What this looks like to me is um like a protractor point, where how you put one end of the protractor in whatever destination, then the rest of the device goes in a circle or whatever location you want, and you can kind of use that as like a tool, a carving tool or a measuring tool. Kind of looks like that. What's your wildest speculation on what this stone piece is?
I don't know, man. I and it's another one where like
Pretty
the picture
baffled by
I
it.
don't think I feel like it's another one where the picture doesn't do it justice. So like just like the last one, like a picture in the it looked like a picture in the sand to me, but if that's rock, that's a whole nother level of like complication. Same with this one, like this looks like I don't know,
Yeah,
fucking
I guess you're right.
my
Because I
my
mean, it's just a
5-year-old
picture.
was digging in the sand, but if I saw it in person, it might be way more spectacular.
Yeah, like some of these locations and glyphs and some of this, like when you actually touch the thing, you get like three of it. You get this connection to it. So yeah, I guess you're in some essence, like having a little bit more hands on would help you out. This doesn't. You know what? There's not actually enough to make a clear and precise prediction of what that is.
I agree.
But last but not least, guys, a nun's exhumed body found to be intact 4 years after her death. So from the New York Post, we're gonna trip out. A nun's body exhumed after 4 years of showing no decay. Missouri church. After she had no. Oh my god.
Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster died in 2019 at age 95. They dug up her coffin last week to move it beneath the church's altar. Now the small town. Hundreds of people flocking there and marvel at the body of the woman are demanding be made.
Wow.
So basically, they
Wow.
were moving her body for some reason, and she looked pretty much the same as she did when they buried her, which is pretty fucking incredible.
Yeah, I've heard this many of times from different, you know, religious people, whatever, religious institutions all around the world. Um, doesn't matter what religion it is. Like they want to practice this. Or even they do it. They I don't know. Their body has some special characteristic, chemical, or maybe it's a blessing from an angel above or something. Where like they don't lose their life so easily. Even after their death, their body still remains alive and well. Very interesting. That one blows that stuff blows my mind right there. 'Cause I don't think that stuff's fake either. I really don't. I think that that's real. Like there's some interesting divinational type of aspects to it, or like holy aspects to it. What's happening? Even more remarkable was the complete preservation of her holy habit made
Sure, sure.
from natural fibers. The synthetic veil was perfectly intact, while the lining of the coffin,
Oh,
made from
I know.
similar material, was completely deteriorated and gone. So, pretty much everything on that coffin and in that body was intact. Her clothing, her every single thing. And with that, guys, this was an intact episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Um, yeah, dude.
I know I had a
That
good
that was
time
pretty
hanging with
crazy
you,
right here, man.
brother.
That's pretty much like I want to say it's immortality. This isn't immortality for sure, man. But
One of the things could have happened was that
would
some
would
kind of
what do you think?
vacuum
Would you be
seal.
interested in this type of like death?
Well, I would guess that some kind of vacuum seal happened with the coffin that she was buried in, to where there wasn't like oxygen that was getting in there to like deteriorate the clothes and the body and things. If I were to like not speculate on like a conspiracy level, but just on like a basic science level, like maybe there wasn't oxygen in the casket.
Well, all right. So actually, I've been seeing over the last 10 years monks and different priests and around the world. They've done the same thing where they were able to put themselves. What the speculation is from the ancient past is that you can put your heart rate and your blood in a certain vibratory level that makes you very antimicrobial and keeps you at a preserved state, which is where they say some of the Buddha statues kind of come from. When they crack open some of these Buddha statues, there's an actual person inside of them and alive. They're tripping out. They're like, whoa, hold on. We thought this was all gold, right? Ancient traditions knew the art of transcendental meditation, but they also knew an art of putting themselves in a preserved comatosis. This
Yeah, I get what you're
I don't
saying.
know, shutting down the oxygen and strengthening the blood. They do some type of internal alchemy through the spirit. They say that our spirit is very,
It's
very
very
powerful. Because I
common
mean,
in
I even think that
the
maybe what's
Hindu
happening right there
religion
is
with
a
bhakti.
is a blessing. No, I think that it might be a blessing of God too, or blessing, of an angel above, like, let's just say a holy angel, where like we don't know, but they're above, and they're like, hey, you know what? This person lived such a blessed life that we're not gonna want to decay her body. We're not gonna want to destroy that body. Um, it could be the help of fairies or different magical entities, which is even a speculative thing where they have these different type of spirits or demons, like I'm not saying that demons on a nun, all right, guys. What I'm saying is that there might be some extra dimensional help. it's a very fascinating story, and when I die, I don't want to age either. So whatever secret she got, come on, send it to me, man. Send it from above. And with that, guys,
I
we're gonna
feel
go ahead and wrap this one up. We enjoy you guys being here. Hey, man, let everybody know what any last messages you got at least for the holidays. We're not gonna see you till after Christmas, so we'll yeah, man.
for sure. I'm
Let them know where they can
Big Perm.
find you too.
You can find me here at 509 Divine Pines, probably weekly for a while, and my regular podcast is Union of the Unknowns. You can find us anywhere you find your podcasts. Permnation.com will take you to our link tree, and you can follow that anywhere you want. We have a Discord at Discord is Union of the Unknowns or the Propaganda Report Discord. If you want to shoot me a message, bigperm at permnation.com, and I'll answer any questions you have. I'm on Twitter at permnation. I'm on Blue Sky at permnation, and pretty much just hanging out with Joseph and enjoying my time, just kicking it. I got next 12 days off, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, man. Any holiday messages? You know, you what are you doing for the
Yeah,
holidays?
everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. I'm just gonna spend time with family and be happy not going to work for a while. How about yourself?
Yeah, man. Your 12 days of Christmas start now, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful night. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you before then. My bad.
For
Uh,
sure.
Merry Christmas. My bad. Merry Christmas, and God bless you and your family, dude. It's been wonderful to have you on last month, and everybody in that just got here. We will be on for the next year. This was a good uh, pilot pilot series, man. We come across with some interesting news for everybody out there, and bringing both sides of Washington to you guys, the West and the East, and with that, your view is complete. Thank you guys for being here. Like, subscribe, share. Remember to hit all my links below. I got all sorts of coupons down below from vitamins, supplements, minerals, cannabis, lotions, cannabis, vaporizers, oils. Okay, they're hemp oils, hemp vaporizers. I can't say cannabis because you know what I mean. Whatever. Right. It's all that hemp goodness. You got water ionizers, you got water electrolyzers, you got water mineralization drops, you got crystals, you got a crystalline healing, counselor type healing. You got all sorts of sponsors and help down there. But also, when you go ahead and check down below in the links, make sure to drop down in my donate tree. I could not do this without you. And drop in the forums. Go ahead, get inside of our Discord. Get in the us on all socials. You can find me at 509 Divine Pines on all socials. Thank you guys for being here. Merry Christmas. Make me some cookies, will you? Come on, send me some cookies. I want some cookies. Ooh, them sweet chocolate chip cookies, baby. Send me some holiday cookies and I'll love you forever. Give you a shout out, please. I want that cookie. Hey, be blessed and be high. See you guys next time on the 509 Divine Pines podcast. Peace.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, yeah, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make a million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot, feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it. I will not flop, somebody gonna make it dance when I pop off, gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future.